Well, holy crap. Hi there. Please hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell for more, and please subscribe. Right then, here's the Nibs here with another video. We've got some stuff to get through. One of these days I'm going to really let it all out and just swear my ass off on these videos. World in a Fun Time by Stephen Moffat. Whoa, wowee. You'll have to excuse me for sounding a little bit like a little 12-year-old girl there, but I'm a little bit excited about this. So, here we go. Landscape. Doctor coming out of the TARDIS. This is just the opening title, before the even opening title sequence goes. Start of regeneration. He's obviously not very happy, as we can see from this picture. Now, first thing I thought of was Pertwee coming out of his TARDIS just after being regenerated. The hair. The velvet type of suit. Now, then suddenly either jaundice or regeneration is beginning here. The whole beginning title sequence was me on the edge of my seat going, what the flipping heck's going on here? No, he really is not happy the fact that he's regenerating, and as you can see, his jacket's pretty torn up there. He's obviously been in some kind of battle. I personally found myself mesmerised by the first just couple of minutes of just this opening episode. You've got the different shots of the camera panning around the ship, obviously, with showing the different floors of this 400-mile vessel. It's just this first few minutes. Just I thought, this isn't like a movie. This isn't like an episode for the TV show. I mean, look at this here. I mean, that's the ship going into the black hole, and obviously we've got a front view of the ship there. Even down to the camera zooming through the centre of the ship, where we see the TARDIS materialise. And hello, I'm Doctor Who. This just whole first few minutes of this episode, I'm just thinking, I'm on the edge of my seat. This is like a movie, not like a TV show at all. Michelle Gomez as Missy. I mean, she owns it. This is her role. It's actually a shame that she's actually leaving with everybody else, by the sound of it. It's like a mass exodus at Doctor Who, but these first few minutes of when the TARDIS materialises are just comedy gold, really. Another first there. Look, we got the Doctor actually taking off the monitor screen. Don't think we've ever seen that before. There's quite a few firsts in this episode. Never seen the Doctor eat crisps either, but I might have missed something. But, you know, there's a few moments, this whole sequence here, which contains, like, seriousness and comedy, leads to the ultimate WTF. And that is old Bill. Old Bill getting shot. I mean, look at that face. That's like a face of, what the hell have you just done? What is going on? Don't look down, my dear, because you've got a great big hole in your chest. Speaking of holes, I called it on last week's video. Bill falling down a lot of holes recently. She's fell down 2 or 3 holes already. So with the fact that she's got a hole in her now, I wonder if that's been an ongoing reference over the course of this season. Bill falling down a hole in her chest. Maybe. During the flashback scenes, which I thought were brilliant, Bill commits the ultimate sin. She's a kitchen assistant. She's cooking the food. Don't waste any food, Bill. Don't waste any food. Oh, what have you done? You dropped a chip. You cut the rest and left that there. Budget cuts and all that. No wonder why there's budget cuts, because Bill wastes food. But these flashback sequences, I thought, you know, leading back to this adventure, I thought were a nice little bit to add in, to be honest with you. Once again, comedy with Nardole saying that the Doctor's got an emotion, and then this conversation between Bill and the Doctor, I thought was also a really good aspect to put in as part of this particular story. The fact that him and the Master were friends, and the fact that they had this pact together to visit other stars, but he just wanted to burn them. And then you've got the please don't get me killed, just promise me. And then the look, the aftermath of the shooting itself, where everyone's looking pretty shocked, except for the Blue Man Band dude there. Now we're all looking at the screen now going, I mean, what the hell is going on here? Bill is seemingly dead, even though we know that she's not because we've seen her in the trailer for this episode. So she comes back somehow, and it's probably down to these guys she comes back. Well, it is down to these guys. We've seen it. They're called the Patients. And the doctors were sending telepathic links, as we see later on during the episode. And a couple of little things I quite liked. Doctor and Master, Missy, they are actually working together, seemingly working together. And Sonic's guns, umbrellas, oh, it's a big scene there. There's just the whole thing at the moment. I'm thinking to myself, this is classic Doctor Who, but remade. Another first here is the Sonic pen, which I'm now calling the Sonic Sharpie, just for future reference there. This is known as a Sonic Sharpie. Yep, you can thank me for that one, because I've just made it up. Check this wise guy out. He's sinister, he is, this guy, the surgeon. Look at this. I like this, that these clocks were scattered about through the episode. So one end of the ship, it's like 2 days old. The other end of the ship, it's, what, 365,000 years. I mean, that's a long time. And then we meet the Master, but we don't know it's the Master at the time. But looking at this, you can tell that's John Sim. But when I was watching it, I had no clue. I don't know if you guys did, but I really didn't. This bit I thought was a bit creepy with the pain, and there's Bill, hide and seek champion. Not really, because she was spotted straight away. But that whole sequence of events, pain, and the fact that the nurses came in and just turned the volume down and didn't even actually attempt to help them or relieve the pain, I thought was really, really creepy. And that whole scene itself I just found atmospheric. And if I was like 8-9 years old watching this, I'd be shitting my pants. Do you know what I mean? It was, even me, I thought this was, really quite creepy with the noise and the pain, and anyway, this guy saves Bill from being attacked by the patient. There's a couple of lovely little things here. This whole sequence just reminded me of the interior of an older type of TARDIS, if you know what I mean. That probably sounds really strange. Throwback to 60s television there, but I've got something to tell you about that later. The Master here basically taking the piss. Top of ship, bottom of ship. It's just the feel of it. Just made it feel like maybe a TARDIS type of interior. Now, I'm not saying it is a TARDIS, I'm just saying it's a TARDIS type of interior. The flashy dials and switches here are, and pieces of equipment. The obligatory chair, the view screen, 60s style-esque view screen. The buttons and switches and everything just seen there at the bottom of the screen. The flashy green old TARDIS green from the Tennant's TARDIS green. Same type of greenery there on the controls. I'm just saying. It's good writing here, I think, from Moffat. The fact that even though they're like a million miles apart, Bilkin still has hope with the fact that she's going to get rescued. Even though at a really slow pace by watching this television coverage. It's the equivalent of, say, you or I watching a YouTube video and it's buffering. So like a 2-minute video that you're trying to watch on YouTube can take anything up to like about 10 minutes to watch. I just thought that aspect was really good. And the fact that Bill trusts this guy here, and they're actually got a bond, well, what looks like a bond anyway. I thought that was really, really good writing. These patients have probably got to be the creepiest Doctor Who monsters I think I've probably ever seen. They're so simple, in creation, and there's not much costume there for them. Well, it is still a good costume, but they're just creepy. If I saw one of these coming towards me after a night out drinking, I would crap myself. The Doctor's basically still sending Bill the wait for me. But she's been down there a long time and she is waiting for him, but you can obviously tell in this scene she's actually getting quite frustrated now. Just hurry up and get me. During this outside sequence, I found myself looking at walls and looking at the graffiti just to see if I could see any, like Vote Saxon or something like. I know, I know it wouldn't have been like the Vote Saxon, but you know what I mean, little references, something like that. I've actually found myself drawn to not watching the picture, but looking on the walls, etc. But hey, that was just me. Going back to what I said at the beginning of the episode about Pertwee, I thought, you know, this little scene here with the karate, if you like, and the Doctor's pose here. I mean, that just screamed out to me. I thought, yeah, that's Pertwee. When he was in his unit days, when he was stranded on Earth, just karate chopping people. Yeah, I did actually think that little tiny sequence was pretty cool. So when they realise that the Doctor is on the way to come down to the lower part of the ship, the plan that goes in motion, but to basically set Bill up. When obviously thinking going into the operating theatre to find the lifts, it's not, is it really? It's the most creepiest operating theatre I've ever seen anywhere. The guy's sitting in the corner there, but it was just all a ploy all along. And like I said, I legitimately did make me go, what? I really did not expect it. I totally did not expect this to happen. But maybe that's my naivety. And then this little nice touch with the Cyberman handles there. All hell starts to break loose there in these last few minutes of the episode. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't know what you guys thought, but it was this bit here, this is when I got to realise, hang on a minute, he was the Master all along. It just took me by surprise. I actually did not expect it until I got to that scene where obviously the two were in the room and he started talking about, you've been here before. And then, but what surprised me was I didn't quite work out why Missy didn't actually realise that she'd been here before, if that makes any sense. So something's obviously happened in the past to make her forget this particular incident. Anyway, guess what we've got here? A Mondasian Cyberman and the Doctor. That's the face of someone who's just seen a ghost. The in conversations between these two are just fantastic, and then the backwards and forwards motion between, you know, access, who is Bill Potts, you know, I want to know where Bill is, find out who, I am Bill Potts. It was like brilliant. It was just brilliant. These two, I am the Master of Disguise, and I need one, especially being a former Prime Minister, which it's just amazing. Anyway, just these last few minutes, it was just bang, bang, backward, forth, and like I said earlier, I was literally on the edge of my seat, practically for the entire of this episode. The revelation there at the end, it's Genesis and the Cyberman. I waited for you. Oh my God, there was just so much to take in, and seeing these two on screen at the same time blew my mind. And then we've got the obligatory Cyberman crying because it's really a human inside with emotions. So, with a mix of action, creepiness, comedy, companionship, it was, and more, it was just a roller coaster ride of just brilliantness. Leading up to this particular day, this was probably the best episode I have ever seen of Doctor Who. No exaggeration. It was just from the second of the beginning straight to the end, going from these two meeting up to the point it started with regeneration. It was just, like I said, a roller coaster of emotions all the way through. World Enough and Time. Possibly the best episode up till this particular date, not counting next week, is the best I've ever seen. So what do you guys think? Please hit that like button if you liked my comments about my video. Please hit that notification bell if you want to see my next time video and you want to be the first to know when it's online. And please subscribe. Please share this video as well on your social networking site. And until probably tomorrow or Tuesday, most likely Tuesday, when I do my next time trailer video, let me know what you think on the comments below. Be good, and oh my God, that was amazing.